Hey guys, welcome to Lara Craft Well with Art. I got my mum's lovely cozy poncho and oh, this is so warm. Let me know if you do sort of like the cozy look, shall we say, to the channel. I know one of you does. So yeah, so let's get cracking. I said grab yourself a hot drink. Because it has been, I don't know what it's been like where you are guys, but it's been very, very cold here in Wales. Very cold. So today we're talking about how would attending an art group benefit you. I've attended a few art groups over the years, and I've benefited from them all. Some of them I've actually facilitated. One of them was a poetry group, which I, did have a good run, to be fair, did have a good run, and a few art groups here and there. And so I'm gonna 4 points that I've made. So the first point, I would say it's really good to meet people. It's great, hearing other people's backgrounds, what are their stories, how did they get into art, and generally just having a good chat. It's, I mean, for some people, that's all they see in the week, so which is so important. These community groups go on. But there's a few pointers I want to say about that a bit later in the video. Number two is you usually get a free tea and biscuits, which is always a good thing. It's quite funny because we attended our group on a Friday, and last Friday they sort of tend to bring in the posh biscuits, as we call it now, which my husband always grabs for. I think as soon as we do anything else, that's the first thing he does is just grab the biscuits, which is quite funny. And because he has got quite a sweet tooth. Number three is generating ideas generally. For example, I know not last week, but the week before, we played with inks. And I hadn't played with inks for ages, and that inspired me, actually. That thought, oh yeah. I haven't actually got any inks myself. I do plan to get some. But again, it gave me an idea I hadn't thought of, for a while. So, so it can refresh your memory, as it were, as to, oh yeah, I haven't tried that medium in a while, I'll give it a go. Or to help you improve the medium you're working on now, such as tips on painting, sewing, knitting, which which is good as well. And number four is sometimes there's a chance to exhibit your work. I know if the group has been going for a while, sometimes, the group would do a piece of work that they were, put into an exhibition, to celebrate art, and also gives them a little bit of more word of mouth, get hopefully more people in the group. So it's a bit of a marketing tool as well, but it's a really good opportunity to get your work seen as well. I did actually, there was an event, and I did organise our group, this is the poetry group, to show their work off in an exhibition, and it was great. It really gave them a boost, and it was a lot of fun as well. It was really, really good. I really did enjoy myself as well, sort of seeing a bit in the background, how it all works. So those are the main reasons. And then, but the pointers I wanted to say, unfortunately, if you're the one organising in the group, unfortunately, which I know has happened to myself and a few of my friends, where unfortunately, people are really enthusiastic when it starts, but unfortunately they dwindle off. I mean, sometimes it is pure circumstance. For example, a friend of ours was running an art group in our local area, but I was going, we were back and forth with my mum a lot because in West Wales, because she was very ill. So unfortunately, I couldn't attend the group always. But unfortunately, the numbers got so low that they stopped her funding, because obviously, obviously there wasn't a need anymore. So I think that's another thing. If you're organising it, if you can, I think it's good to try and maybe do a bit of research before, is there already a few established art groups there? And, maybe another group is needed. It doesn't have to be art. I'm only saying art because, that's my background and those are the sort of groups I've attended. And obviously you have got online as well. So I just want to show you something we created, which is last Friday in our art group, which is here, which is a coaster. Now I did now this, I use this page because you can get this as a free JPEG if you like. If you want to join my mailing list, which would, my email would be churchwrite, spelt WRITE, gmail.com. It's so, if you do want to receive a free JPEG of this, and also you'd like to keep updated on my channel, and if there's any feedback you'd like to give me, because feedback does help to grow and develop a channel, which is obviously what I'm trying to do with this channel all the time, oops, I lost my card, is developing this channel, to be the best that it can be. So I'm going to finish off with scripture. This is Revelation. I know your deeds. I have placed before you an open door no one can shut. I know you have little strength, yet you have kept your word and have not denied me. Revelation chapter 3 verse 8. The reason I've chosen the scripture, because last Friday, we all had an up and down week. But as soon as we got together and we started to talk about it, we instantly felt better. And and that's what it's like with God, God, because when you build more and more of a close relationship with God, you do feel that bond, and, and he does lift you, because you can go to any time to him and you can share anything with him, no matter what you say, no matter what you've done, you can share it with him, because like it says here, God knows that we cannot do things in our own strength. We will try, and we're all guilty of that, but we need God to bring that extra strength, because there's so many times God has carried me, and I know there will be more times God will carry me as well, but each time it gets a bit easier, because okay, God's got my back, and that's what it's like to be involved in a good community as well, because a good community will have your back. So I thought it made a good comparison, if you like. So I'm going to share from our positive vibes set. So this is a positive quote for you for this week. When you can't see the sunshine, be the sunshine. I know I've heard that a few times, but it is so true. Because even on a wet, cold, miserable day, and we've had a lot of them up here in Wales and the UK, we've had a lot of cold, dark days and nights as well. We noticed that this morning, it was quite dark this morning. But if the sun's not there, well, if you can just try and be the light, try and be the sunshine, because that as we saw last Friday, it can be infectious, because once one person starts, it's like, oh yeah, they're feeling sort of cheerful, happy today. Okay, yeah, and it rubs off on you sometimes without you realizing. So yeah, so I just want to say thank you for all your support. I'm so glad you do enjoy this content, you are liking it, because again, I couldn't do this without you guys. So yeah, so keep bringing that support, those likes and those comments, and subscribe, and yeah, I just want to say God bless you guys. Mwah. Bye.